If you'd all like to stand. Today I marry my friend, the one I laugh and cry with, the one I have learned from and shared with, the one I have chosen to support, encourage and give to myself too. Through all the days given to us to share, today I marry the one I love. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Belinda Minns and I'm a civil marriage settlement duly authorised by law to solemnise marriage according to law in Australia. And after 35 years together as family and friends of Greg and Russ, we gather around them to share in their joy of choosing to marry each other. And it is a privilege for me to lead this celebration of their love and commitment to each other. Greg and Russ welcome you, and especially welcome their family and friends who have travelled a long way to be here today. Many have travelled from interstate, and Warren from New York, and Yevgeny from Russia. So now we're going to have a reading by Nicole.
You're on.
Right.
It's a short straw. You weren't going to say
that. A good marriage must be created. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once each day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together, facing the world. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in a thoughtful way. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner.
See everyone now. It's clear.
We are all here today to celebrate with Greg and Russ a very important moment in their lives. They have learnt to know and love one another and have decided now to spend the rest of their lives together as husbands. Marriage is a commitment to life, to be the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. It is a commitment from the heart and mind based on mutual love, trust, respect, and the understanding that from now on, each partner will consider the other's desires and needs as equal to their own. But real love is not about two people being totally absorbed in one another. It's about two people looking outwards in the same direction together. We'll now have a reading by Gordon.
Marriage is learning to give, not always to take. Learning to forgive each little mistake. Learning to love whatever the cost. Always remember alone you'd be lost. Trying so hard your partner to please. Trying to save whilst paying the fees. Trying to smile when things turn out wrong. Always remember to curb your tongue. Never to think of only yourself. Never to say you wish you had wealth. Never to let your temper get hot. Always be thankful for what you have got. If you remember all of these things, you will discover the joys that it brings. Then you'll have what so many folk miss. Always you'll have a marriage of bliss.
I asked Greg and Russ to think of 5 things they loved about each other, to write them down, to send them to me, keeping them secret, so they could read them out today. That was a little challenging. Mainly me. Greg came up with a gazillion, and Russ took a little bit more time. But we got there.
Apparently 5 things I do love about Russell. I love his determination. It is fierce. It needs to be fierce, doesn't it? I love that your friendship is non-conditional, but has boundaries. Like your life, you have boundaries. You put everything where it should be, and that's fair enough. You're the best listener. No, I'm taking that out. No. I have to take that out. He is a great listener, but he has only a certain amount of patience with me. So he's a good listener up to that point when he turns off. He's a very respectful friend. Very respect. He honors that above anything, respect. And gives honest and truthful advice. I think he's done that with a few people around here, and they love him for that as well. That he's there for advice. Strong principles. Above anything, I love Russell's integrity and his strong principles. He lives by them. There's hardly black or white. They're all black and white. There's hardly grey. And they're true principles, and he's kept to that all over the years. And I do love that you accept me. There's been a lot to accept and many challenges and changes, but you do accept me. And I love... Oh, this has got the punchline to it, yeah. I really do love that you have been working on your sense of humour for the last 2 days. Keep working on that one.
Gregory, I love that you are very caring. I love that you always give me a choice of meals and bring it to me when I want. I do love your confidence in being a people person. You attract people like a magnet with your humour, sincerity, caring, and gentleness. I love you always find time for me and anticipate my needs. I do love your devotion to our dog Charlie and all the poodles that we've had over the years together. Mind you, when I came to live with you, firstly in Helensburgh 35 years ago, I had a dog called Pippin. And on the day I arrived, he said, the dog stays outside. And anyway, Pippin being Pippin won him over. The dog spent one day outside, and ever since, poodles have been in our life. People ever since, and dogs have always been out together.
We weren't having one of those until my nephew turned up. It was all poodle fur babies, and then we got a real one to look after. We actually take home. It's all legal. Lovely partner Gabby over there as well. Thanks, mate. Fur babies are a lot easier. Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, go.
Before you, Russell Maxwell West, and Gregory John Brown, I can join you in marriage in the presence of these witnesses and myself. I must remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are about to enter. Marriage, according to law of Australia, is the voluntary and full commitment of two people to the exclusion of all others and entered into for life. Russ, do you take Greg to be your husband, to love and care for? Ready to listen to him, with your arms always there to hold him in the good times and the bad, promising to love him with all your heart. Greg, do you take us to be your husband, to love and care for, being ready to listen to him with your arms always there to hold him in the good times and the bad, promising to love him with all your heart?
I do, absolutely. No question.
Russ and Greg, look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, and even teacher. You have learnt much from one another. Shortly you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things will never be quite the same, for after today you shall say to the world, this is my husband. I will now ask Russ to please repeat after me.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Russ, take you, Greg, to be my lawfully husband. I want to be with you always, just the way you are. I love you with all my heart.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Greg, take you, Russ, to be my lawfully wedded husband. I want to be with you always, just the way you are. I love you with all my heart.
The custom of giving and receiving the rings remind us that love itself is an act of giving and receiving. It represents a belief and trust in togetherness and a commitment that signify the bond of marriage the two of you share. Greg and Russ, your gift to each other today is your wedding rings, which shall always be an outward demonstration of your vows of love, respect, and a public showing of your commitment to each other. Please put the ring on the edge of Greg's finger and repeat after me.
Greg, I give you this ring as my gift to you. Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
Russ, I give you this ring as my gift to you. Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
Marriage is a partnership of two unique people who bring out the very best in each other and who know that even though they are wonderful as individuals, they are even better together. Greg and Russ, may your mornings bring joy and your evenings bring peace. May your troubles grow few as your blessings increase. May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past. May your hands be forever held in friendship and your hearts forever joined in love. Greg and Russ, you have declared before us that you will live together in marriage. You have made special promises to each other, symbolised by the joining of hands, taking of vows, and by the giving and receiving of rings. So it is my great honour and privilege to declare you husbands. You may now kiss your husband. Now we're going to sign the register and we'd like you to stay where you are because we do have a special song. We're just going to make our way over to the table, so no rushing to the bar please. And we'll be back to this spot in just a moment. We're going to have the special song.